I do think that sometimes everything is slower because we're recording. But if we don't record, then other students can't use it. Okay. Please let me know, definitely let me know right away if anything freezes up or the video or the audio starts to get choppy.
Yes,
So
teacher.
again, we were given angle, angle, side, and that says we're going to use the law of sines. The law of sines is super easy to remember because it is, here we're given angles and only one side. So we're going to start by finding the third angle because that's super easy. And then we're going to use the law of sines to get the side opposite angle B. Since we're looking for sides, we're going to put them on top. So I've got B over sine B equals little a over sine A. And I want to find side B. I'm going to multiply, therefore, both sides by the sine of B so that I get little b equals little a times the sine of angle B, and all divided by the sine of angle A. And you can see why sometimes I make the S in sine capital so that it doesn't run together with the side. But again, we're going to find the measure of angle C first, because I know that the sum of the three angles is 180. We have 20 plus 30, that's 50, plus C equals 180. So we're going to subtract 50 from both sides, and we get that the measure of C is 130 degrees. Okay. And now let's find the length of side B. And I was wanting y'all to draw it, but you can see I didn't follow my own rule. So let's see, this time we would have angle A is acute, angle B is acute, and angle C has to be obtuse. So actually, we have to draw it like that. Yeah, that looks right. And we're given that B, the measure of angle B is 30. No, it's 20 degrees. Thanks. The measure of angle A is 20 degrees. And the measure of angle C we just found to be 130 degrees. And we were also given the length of side A. So I can see, even from my kind of weak sketch, that the length of side B is going to be less than 45. Angle A is 30, its side opposite is 45, angle B is 20 degrees, its side opposite is going to be less than 45. So let's see. We already said that we've got side B over the sine of B equals side A over the sine of A. We're going to multiply both sides by sine of B. And so I get that little b is equal to the sine is side A times the sine of angle B divided by the sine of angle A. And let's see. Can y'all still hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So we've got side B, let's see, no, angle. Oh, maybe I'm back in the headphones. Let's see. Okay, so we've got angle B is 20 degrees, the sine of 20 degrees is 34202. So I'm going to use 0.3420. The sine of 30 I know to be 1/2. Let's just make sure that we're in degrees. Yes, we get 1/2. And now I'm going to use these numbers together with the side A being 45 to find side B. 45 times 0.3420 divided by 0.5. 45 times 0.3420 divided by equals. So B is equal to 30.78. I want to round to 1 decimal place. And this is already an approximation because we've got sines of angles that are not exact. So, but we're going to round to 30.8. Let's see if we got it right before. 30.8, yay. And now we need to find side C. And you can see that since C is obtuse, since it is greater than 90, its side is going to be longer than the longest other side, which was 45. So we've got little c over sine C equals little a over sine A. I'm going to multiply again both sides by the sine of the other angle. So multiply both sides by sine C. We get that little c is sine C times little a over sine A. And so I need to find the sine of 130 before I start. And I can see that, at least for my calculator, if radians are selected, then radians shows up here. So when nothing shows up, it's in degrees. 130 sine, I want to round to 4 decimal places, so it's going to be 0.7660. So this will be 7660 times 45 divided by, and the sine of 30 is still 1/2. So I've got 45 times 0.7660
0.66 divided by 0.5. And I get 68.94. Rounding, that is 68.9. And let's see what we found. Yay, we're right. Also, notice that since this is not a right triangle, we cannot use the Pythagorean theorem to verify these sides. Okay. Oh, I see. Next, let's look at if we're given three sides. And this time I'm going to make it a little easier on myself. Side A is the shortest. Side C is next. And side B is longest. I'm given side, side, side. So that's law of cosines, and it says I must start with the longest side. The longest side is side C. So I want to start with side C equals side, the other two sides, so A squared plus B squared minus 2, and we're again going to use those two sides. And then we're going to use the cosine of the angle opposite the side we're looking for.
Isn't the longest side C? I mean B.
So let's see. Let's fill in some numbers here. We said that little a was 8, little b was 19. Oh, okay. And little c was 14. And we're starting with the longest side with it, which is b. So we've got b squared is equal to a squared plus c squared minus 2. And we're going to again use a and c. And we're going to multiply by the cosine of angle B. So let's see. B is 19. A is 8. C is 14. Times the cosine of B. Let's solve this thing for angle C, or for the cosine of C. So I'm going to subtract first. We'll have 19 squared minus 8 squared minus 14 squared is equal to negative 2 times 8 times 14 times the cosine of B. And I can divide both sides by negative 2 times 8 times 14 to get cosine B. So I've got cosine B. And I'm going to pull that negative out front. It'll be 19 squared minus 8 squared minus 14 squared divided by 2 times 8 times 14. Let's plug in some numbers and then punch. So 2 times 8 is 16. 16 times 14 is 244. So this denominator is 244.
Oh, that's 224.
19 squared minus 64 minus, I can't think, 14 squared, I think it's 288 for this. Oh, see, 196.
Wait, did you say
So
224?
in the numerator, we have 101. And I'm going to remember that this whole thing is negative. I'm going to divide 101 by 244, negate it, and then do inverse cosine.
Miss
Second,
now? Just checking.
inverse cosine. And I get the
I
angle.
don't think she
B
can hear us.
Someone type it in chat right now.
Yeah, I did.
will be
Miss
approximately
Snell?
114 point.
Yeah, she can't hear us.
Because the second decimal place is bigger than or equal to 5, the 4 bumps up.
Yeah, no, she's disconnected
And
right now.
now we can use the law of sines.
Yep.
Everyone just start typing in.
So I've got angle C. I've got angle B. So let's use B and the side opposite little b, and let's find angle A. So I know, since I'm looking for angles, I'm going to put the sines on top. So I know sine A over little a is equal to sine B over little b. I'm going to multiply both sides by
Well, this is
little a,
unfortunate.
Yeah, no,
and I
she's
have
disconnected,
sine
guys.
Yeah.
of A is
Start
equal to
spamming in
A
chat.
times the sine of angle B
I did. I sent her a
divided
few.
by little b. And now I can
Yes,
put
ma'am.
in numbers.
Hello.
A was 6.
Actually, you know what? Here, I might just do a private message
So
real
let's
quick.
go ahead and find that sine.
Yeah, that's what I did.
We said that B was 114.5. Its sine is 90996. Oh, this is a good one for rounding. We want to round to 4 decimal places. This 6 bumps the 9 here up to 10. So this second 9 gets bumped up to.
Wait, who texted you that?
I am.
Ralph.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, Lynette. No, I don't hear you.
Hello?
Yeah,
She got
I
the
just
Can hear
private
you.
texted her.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear
Yes,
us?
Okay.
yes.
There we
Oh
go.
my gosh, thank you.
Yeah, we were like
So,
way before Ben asked the question. It was in like, was it 224 or something?
Yeah, 244 is supposed to be 224 on the
on
denominator
the
of
previous
101.
one,
Yeah.
let's look. Let's fix that. If I can turn my page over. Which one did I do wrong?
Oh no, sorry. It's on the one that you were working now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You see negative 101 over 244. The 244
be-
is supposed to be 224.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
'Cause that'll make a difference. So we've got 101 divided by 224 and negate that inverse cosine 116. 16.8. Okay, good. Good. Thank you.
Yep.
And now we're going to use the law of sines to find side A, since why not start with A because it comes before C. Sine A over little a, sine B over little b, and we wanted to find an approximation of the sine of 116.8 and it's not as much fun as the one before, but it'll be 0.8926. So the sine 116.8 is approximately 0.8926. And now we've got all of the values that we need. So we've got little a is 8. The sine of b is approximately 0.8926. Little b is 19. So I've got 8 times 0.8926 divided by 19 equals. I get that the sine of A is 3758, blah, 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 inverse 22.1 degrees. So angle A is approximately 22.1 degrees. And let's find the measure of angle C, the third side, 2 different ways. Let's find it the obvious way, which is adding the angles and knowing that they're 180. So I know that the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C is 180. We've got 22.1 plus, we said that B was 116.8 plus the measure of angle C. So we get, let's see, 22.1 plus 116.8 equals, and let's make that negative so that we can add it to 180. Plus 180. So the measure of angle C using this method is 41.1. Now let's find the measure of angle C using the law of sines. I know that I'm going to put sines on top since that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for angles. Oh, we're starting with B. So sorry. B and little b. And I'm going to multiply both sides by C and use the same approximations that I used to find sine A. So I've got the sine of angle C is going to be 14. We said the sine of B was approximately 0.8926 and side B was 19. Times 0.8926 divided by 19. Inverse sine. And we see that, again, angle B is 41.1. It doesn't always work out that beautifully, but this time it did. So that's wonderful. All right. Now we're given the measure of angle A, side B, side C. So let's see. There's A, B, C. Little a will be opposite big A. Little c will be opposite big C. Little b will be opposite big B. And let's fill in what we know. 30 degrees, 5 units, 8 units. Okay, so now I can see more easily. I have side, angle, side. I have two sides and an angle between them. And if we look at our lovely chart, side angle side angle side is the law of sines. Side angle side, two sides and an included angle, and that is the law of cosine. Okay, beautiful. So the side I don't know is the side opposite the angle I do know. So I have side, angle, side, and I'm going to start with little a. I'm going to start with the side that I don't know. So a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared. So the side I'm looking for equals the squares of the sides I do know minus those same two sides, b and c, times the cosine of the angle opposite the side I'm looking for, which is angle A. Cosine of A, let's get some approximations in here. We have 30 degrees. Cosine of 30 is 0.8660. Okay, so and I'm going to take the square root of all of that. So we've got 25 plus 64 minus, and let's see what this amount, let's write it in here, 5, 8, 0.866. Are y'all still there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, swell.
Still
Thank
here?
you. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, yay. Let's find this product first. So 0.866 times 40 times 2. So this is 80 equals. And now I'm going to negate that and add the squares of the other two sides. So plus 25 plus 64. That's what I'm taking the square root of. So I know that little a, well, do I need the plus or minus on this square root?
No.
This time? Tell me why not.
Because measures can't be negative.
That's right. Only directions. Very good. So we get the angle that side A is approximately 9.1. 1. But that doesn't make sense. The reason why I'm saying it doesn't make sense is that between the other two sides, side C is longer, angle A is less than 90 degrees, and it's small. So one of them has to be longer than
I
this.
think when you were supposed to put like 80, you accidentally put 8, but I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So we've got 80 times 0.886 equals negative. Yeah, that looks more exact. And then plus 25 plus 64. We get 18.12 square root. Yes, 4.3. So A is approximately 4.3. And now that looks much better. So I can see from this that angle B should be a little bit larger than angle A because its side is a little bit longer, and that angle C is going to be quite a bit longer because its side is longer. So let's use the law of sines to find angle B. So I've got, since I'm looking for angles, I'm going to put the sines on top. And I'm going to multiply both sides by little b. In general, try to do as much algebra as you can before you plug in numbers, because once the numbers are in there, the algebra gets very complicated looking. So we got that the sine of angle B is little b times the sine of angle A divided by little a. And that is 5 times, well, we know what the sine of 30 is. That's 1/2. And we said that little a was approximately 4.3. So now I can find the sine of b. Let's see. 5 times 0.5 divided by 4.3. So the sine of b is 0.58139, etc. And so b is approximately 35.5. And remember, we said that b should be a little bit larger than a. So b is approximately 35.5 degrees. Let's find c 2 ways. Again, let's add everything so that we know we get 180. So I know that the measure of angle C is 180 minus the measure of angle A minus the measure of angle B. And let's just fill in numbers. 180 minus 30 minus 35.5. So the measure of angle C is actually equal to 114.5. But let's find it using the law of sines. So here we'll have the sine of C over little c equals the sine of, we used A, sine of A over little a. I'm going to multiply both sides by little c so that we have the sine of angle C is C times the sine of angle A divided by little a. Side C is 8. The sine of 30 degrees is 0.5 or 1/2, and little a is approximately 4.3. So I've got 8 times 0.5, which I don't have to do because that's just 4, divided by 4.3. And now I've got inverse sine. We get 68.5. Wait. Oh, that's right. Because, okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Because I can see that angle C has to be obtuse, has to be greater than 90. I need to use the law of cosines to find it. Because remember that the law of cosines, or that a cosine curve is positive in, that cosine has all of its values in the first and second quadrants. That means that if I have a positive cosine, it could be, oh no, that everything in quadrant 1 is positive, everything in quadrant 2 is negative. Sines, quadrant 1 is positive and quadrant 2 is positive. So their signs are the same in quadrants 1 and 2. So we want to use the law of cosines so that we get that difference. But I've got all the values. Let's see. I know that I've got c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine of c. And I know that I need to use side C on the outside because I'm looking for angle C. Now let's solve this for the cosine of C. We'll have c squared minus a squared minus b squared over negative 2ab. Does anyone want me to do the algebra more slowly on that? Okay. So now we just plug in numbers. C is 8. A is 4.3. Let's just square that. Go ahead. 4.3 squared. 18.49. B was 5. A was 4.3. 5 cosine C. Okay. So we got 64 minus 18.49 minus 25. That's 20.51. And let's find this product and then divide. So we have 2 times 4.3 times 5. And we want to negate that. So negative 43. So we've got 20.51 divided by 43. It's negative inverse cosine. Ah, that's better. So we get, it's not close to what we had though, so that's interesting. We get that the measure of angle C is approximately 118.5 degrees. Did we subtract here correctly? Let's see. So we had A was 30, B was 35.5. Plus 180. Yeah, we're going to get about the same amount. Okay. How did I do it here? And what kind of values did we get? Oh, I got 115.75. $4.3. Oh, I got kind of a different value for A. So let's see. We have B plus C. So 64 plus 25, that's 89. And then 64 times, 8 times 5 is 40, times 2 is 80, times the cosine of 30, negate that, and add that to 89, square root 4.4. And I know it doesn't seem like much, but I think that will make a difference. So using 4.4 for A, side A, we'll get that the sine of angle B is 5 times 0.5 divided by 4.4 inverse sine. We get 34.6 instead of oh no, I don't even know what I'm doing. Pardon me. Oh, I'm looking for for B. So so we have little b 5 times 1/2 divided by 4.4. So 2.5 divided 2.5 divided by 4.4 inverse sine 34.6. Okay, and now that means that the angle we're comparing the next value with, it's going to be 180 minus 34.6 minus 30, 115.4. And the cosine value, the angle that we're going to square here is 4.4. So we've got 4.4 squared is 19.36. And oh, this is easy. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times 4.4 is 44. So let's divide this top value by 44 and then negate it. So we have 64 minus 19.36 minus 25 divided by 444, negate it, inverse cosine. We still get bigger than the one that we found, but within a degree. Can y'all tell me if I misentered any of the numbers?
I think you're good so far.
Okay, swell. Let's compare those numbers with what we got on the notes. 34.3, and I said 34.6, so that's close. 115.7, we said 115.4. 4.4. I used 2 decimal places. I see. That's how we got a little bit closer. Okay, great. Great. You can see why this is so much fun, because every question requires you to do a little bit of thinking. Not a lot, but a little bit. Okay, I don't want to give this away. So here we're given angle B, and when only one angle is given, it's really hard to draw it anywhere but lower left for me. So angle B is 82 degrees. Side A is 10. I know that the side opposite has to be side B. And the first thing I need to do when I have side angle, side angle, or you can say angle side, is find H. This is the ambiguous case. Here we go. This is the ambiguous case, and the instructions for that are kind of long, but it's not as hard as it seems. The reason why I put the instructions so completely is that sometimes you need that kind of help to do these questions. So the first thing is to find the altitude. The non-matching side times the sine of the given angle. So non-matching side is A, because I don't have an angle A. So A times the sine of 82 will give us H. So 82 sine, I'm not even going to bother rounding, times 10 is 9.9. H equals 9.9. B is acute. Since the measure of angle B is less than 90. So that means we're going to compare H with G. Okay, H and G. So the given, the side that matches in letter with the given angle. So that'll be B and H. B is 9. H is 9.9. So we can put the inequality that way. If G is acute and the side that matches that given angle is less than H, then no triangle results. And now I'll go ahead and show you the image. that I put there. So angle B was very large. It was almost as large as you can be and still be less than 90. So here we have our angle, our side A, our side B, and the altitude H. And side B is just not long enough to reach that opposite side. So let's use, say you forgot to do that step and you just wanted to use the law of sines to find angle B, angle A, because that would be the one where you're given angle B, side opposite, side A, angle opposite. That's the easiest thing to use. So let's see, we've got the sine of A over little a is the sine of B over little b. I'm going to multiply both sides by little a. I get the sine of A is little a times the sine of B divided by little b. So that the sine of A is 10 times, let's see, the sine of 82 sine 9903 divided by 9. So this product is just going to be 9.903, and we're dividing by 9. Do you see that we get a number larger than 1? Let's try taking the inverse sign to get to A. The reason we get an error is that the largest that the sign can be is 1. So we got a value larger than 1, and that's because it's impossible to find an angle large enough, small enough, whatever, so that this side B can hit the floor here. Okay. On a clean piece of paper. All right. Solve a triangle given that B is 11, C is 5, and the measure of angle A is 20. B, let's put B up here so that little b is 11, little c is opposite angle C equals 5, and here's little. And you can see that the scale of my drawing is not right because side C should be smaller than side B. B is bigger than C, but it doesn't matter what your drawing looks like unless you rely on your drawing to get correct values. So be very careful about that. We have side, angle, side. Side, angle, side is the law of cosines. And I only have one side I don't know. I only have one angle I do know. So we don't even have a choice. We have to put side A on the outside. A squared is B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cosine A. So these match. These in here match. And in order to solve for the cosine of A, no, pardon me, in order to find A, I just need to take the square root. We're not putting plus or minuses because these are physical values. So we have 121 plus 25 minus 2 times 55. That's 11 times 5 times the cosine of 20. Let's go ahead and get a value for that. 20 cosine. 0.9397. Okay. And let's find the product first, negate it, and add the other numbers. So we have 55 times 2 times 0.9397. Okay. 110 times 0.9397. I think it's doing it and I'm not seeing it. 0.9397 times 110, which is 55 times 2. Okay, there we go. Negate that and add it to 121 and 25. Take the square root and we get 6.2. 6.5, sorry. So A is approximately 6.5. So that makes it look like angle C is going to be pretty small. Let's see. 121 plus 25 minus 110 times 0.9397 square root. Yeah, 6.2. So side angle C has to be smaller than that since its side opposite is smaller than 6.5. And then angle B will have to be quite large. Doesn't make sense to me. So let's see. Yeah, that's what I got. Okay. Let's use the law of sines to find, let's see, let's find angle C next, because its side is very close to side A. So we have the sine of C over little c is the sine A over little a. Multiply both sides by C. We get that the sine of C is little c times the sine of A over little a. We have that the sine of 20 degrees, little c was 5, yes, 5. The sine of 20 degrees is 0.3420. Little a is 6.5. So we get that the sine of C is 5 times 0.342 divided by 6.5. So that C is 15.3 degrees. And you can see that indeed angle C is less than angle A. I knew that had to be the case because side A was a bit longer than side B, side C. Now, I'm going to have to use the law of cosines to find angle B because angle B is greater than 90 degrees. Angle B is obtuse. And I know that because 180 degrees minus A plus C. Well, let's see. A was 20, C is 15.5. Negate that sum and add it to 180. We get 144.5. So I know angle B is greater than 90. So I'm going to use the law of cosines to find it so that I have a way to verify the other values because I should get a similar value. So that means I've got little b squared is a squared plus c squared minus 2a times c times the cosine of b. Let's again solve for cosine b. We'll have b squared minus a squared minus c squared all divided by negative 2ac. Let's get this product in the denominator. So a is 6.5. So we have 6.5 times 5, oh, times 2, duh. So we get 650. So the denominator is, I'm going to put the negative right here, is 650. And let's go ahead and square 6.5. So we have 6.5 squared. It's 42.25. So I have 121 minus 42.25 minus 25. And all of that is equal to the cosine of angle B. So 121 minus 42.25 minus 25 divided by 650 and negate that. Oh, this is interesting. Inverse cosine. Eleven minus 11. Oh, C. Yes, let's see. A is 6.5. C is 5. 5 times 2 is 10 times 6.5 is 65. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we have 121 minus 42.25 minus 25. There we go. Divided by 65 and negate that. And inverse cosine. There we go, 145.8. And that's quite close to the value that we got using some of the angles is 180. So 145.8. Yeah, they're very close. So that's great.
Miss Snell, just to let you know, we have 4 minutes left.
Okay, 3. Okay, let's see where we are. I think I want to pick up, let's see, we just did that example. Good. So I'm going to pick up here on Wednesday. And I'll make sure that the homework dates mesh with where we are. Any questions?
No questions,
Uh,
sir?
Yes, I have just one question.
All right.
At the beginning, you said there was one page that you highly recommended that we print out. What page was that?
Yeah, that's the page I sent that's called the overview. That's the page I keep pulling up again and again. So the page that is called the overview looks like this. Let me pull up that page.
I think that's the one you put in the inbox.
It is,
All right. Thank you very much.
sure.
So this one's in the inbox.
Yeah, the page that's called the overview of law of sines and law of cosines, or it's called laws of sines and cosines. I'm going to print it really fast so that if that helps you to see it. But it looks exactly like this page.
Okay.
And that's why I cut out this page and made it its own document. Because it
All right.
has everything. It has the law of sines, law of cosines. I'm going to add this bit about the longest side. And then it's got all the instructions for the procedure for side angle.
Okie dokie.
All
That's it.
right.
Yeah, I'll have a
Excellent.
great weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks, you
Oh, is
too.
it Wednesday?
Okay.
Oh, no. No, it's
Oh,
Wednesday.
no,
It's Monday.
it's Monday. It's Monday.
Oh, is it Monday?
It's been a great week.
Oh, shoot.
Have a good week then.
Have a
My
wonderful
brain-
week. See you
My brain-
Wednesday.
Yeah, have a
Goodbye.
wonderful
Yeah, have a good
yes.
Tuesday. Bye.
Bye-bye.